Alright guys, we're going to cruise around the neighborhood a little bit. It's a nice day, but I gotta mow the yard. So this is Rogers Point Park. That's the Verdigris River. That is Route 66 right there. Catoosa's back that way. Claremore is that way. Man, it is a nice day today. I can't wait to get back and work on the car, but let her do her exploring. Alright guys, so today is Monday, May 8th, 2023. So I've got the four-door pushed back outside. I'm getting ready to take the radiator off, put it on the table, and then run my pieces of strap across there, get them cut down, the drilled and tapped, the flanges and all that kind of stuff, and then that way I can mount the condenser to it. Then I can finish modifying the transmission bracket, cooler bracket, and make a triple stack. Then I want to remount everything together, and then I'm going to move on to seeing what I can do on the side of this thing. So I got a couple of ideas in my head, but it's going to be a pretty good fair amount of work, but I guess we'll get started. All right guys, so I worked on this fender quite a bit. I got all the square nuts welded into it, into the inner fender. I welded up some unused holes, or unnecessary holes in the inner fender. There was one here and there's one here. So I removed those. What else did I do? I did a little bit more hammer and dolly work on it. I welded up all the staple holes down here on this flange and on that flange, and ground both sides. Both sides are ground on that as well. The fender, I got a whole bunch more tacks on there. I've been cleaning off the sooty mess every time I do a row, then I go back and wire wheel it. But there's a whole lot more tacks on there than there was. And then I got in there and used my nail heads in here on this, which I need to grind this down a little bit and then go back and finish welding it. I got, I think, a couple more tacks on that. I still got to patch that down there. I got all the square nuts replaced in the bottom of the fender for that extension to bolt on, so all those are brand new. I've got a little bit of a problem with this fender extension that I'm not happy with. This fender extension is actually, it fits really nice up into about right here, and then it's bulged out. And trying to get the corner to fit pretty good, I'm running into a little bit of trouble. So what I've decided to do is, the fender has a kind of a light curve to it, and the extension has a tight curve. So I'm going to take the fender extension off. I'm going to split the flange with a cutoff wheel right up to the edge, and then I'm going to bolt it back on and then use my flat hammer and get it to where it fits really nice. And then I'm going to go back in and tack the flange, or weld the flange back up, and then grind it, so it should have the shape it needs to be just about perfect. This part right here kind of sticks out from where my little black mark is right there to here. This is kind of sticking out. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to slice the top of the flange that's folded over, and then bend and tweak on that end, and then re-weld the flange and grind it. And that'll just basically ensure that these fit really, really nice to the fenders. So I got to go dig out my lower splash apron that bolts in here. And it's in the shed, and I didn't see it when I dug everything out to get to the other stuff, but I got to dig deeper and see if I can find it. It's buried in there somewhere. But I need to get it bolted in, and I need to get the hood latch assembly and put it in there. And that way, when I'm messing with that radiator stack, you know, the radiator, the air conditioning condenser, and the transmission cooler together, I'm going to be able to make sure I have plenty of clearance off that hood latch. But I'm pretty happy, man. I mean, it's, you know, it's kind of slow progress. Like, I'm not in any hurry. I'm just kind of taking my time and trying to do a decent job on everything, you know what I mean? The fit and finish on the car is what I really, really want to be super nice on the car, along with everything else. But I'm just trying to go above and beyond and not have, you know, like areas of the extension hanging out and that type of crap. I want everything to fit nice on the car. I mean, if I've got the welder and a cutoff wheel and stuff, I'm gonna make it fit, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make this stuff fit nice. So that's a little bit of progress. I did get my aluminum strips cut to length on the radiator, but I got off on that fender and those extensions and all that stuff, so I never did really get back to this. So I need now to drill these pieces of strap that I cut to go across to be able to mount the condenser to the radiator, and then drill and tap the radiator flange for those pieces of strap, and then I need to drill holes in the strap for the condenser to mount to, and then I need to drill more holes, and then I need to move over the transmission cooler more over on the bracket so there's not a wide strip of a bracket showing. But that's kind of why I want to put all that other stuff on the car first before I get to this, because I want to know for sure. I may need to move that transmission cooler bracket in a little bit further, you know what I mean? So it's kind of why I'm holding off a minute. So get back on this and try to get all this finished up. It's closer, man. So that is going to be it for today, for Monday. And I just X'd on the calendar a while ago, so I got 6.5 days I put in on the car. It's really not a whole lot of progress, honestly, but what I've got done is stuff is fitting really nice, and I've got quite a bit of stuff, you know, hammered back into shape and modified, and I guess it's a little bit of progress. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm hungry. Thanks for watching.